The UK is pushing us to World War III, Dmitry Medvedev, former president of Russia and the current Deputy Security Council chairman. So, this is how Dmitry Medvedev, the former president of Russia and the current Deputy Security Council chairman of Russia, responded to the news that the British are planning to send British soldiers directly into Ukraine. He said, and I quote, "The number of idiots in power in NATO countries is growing. One newly minted moron, the British Secretary of State for Defence, decided to move the UK military training of Ukrainian soldiers into Ukraine. That is, to turn the British military instructors into our armed forces' legal targets, while being fully aware that they will be ruthlessly eliminated, and this time not as mercenaries but as British NATO specialists." Another fool from Bundestag, the chairwoman of German Defense Committee with an unpronounceable surname, is clamoring to immediately provide the Ukrobanderovцы with Taurus missiles, to enable the Kiev regime to hit deep into Russia's territory to weaken the supply of our army. That is, it is in accordance with international law. Well, in that case, the strikes against the German plants which produce these missiles will also fully correspond to international law. Really, these half-wits are actively pushing us to World War III, unquote. For better understanding of what is going on here, there are lots and lots of Western mercenaries fighting on the side of Ukraine in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. But no Western nation has openly declared its forces are physically on ground in Ukraine, because that'll amount to directly engaging Russia. So, they all exist there as Ukrainian fighters. But now, for the first time since the war, the British just announced their soldiers will be on ground in Ukraine to carry out so-called military training of Ukrainians, something they've been doing in their own country. This way, they become direct targets of Russian missiles and strikes. And when they have already stated their presence and location and then they get hit, it will then mean that Russia has hit a NATO country, and then, all of NATO plus the US will join forces to attack Russia. And I can immediately guarantee you that, with their first strike on Russian soil, that scary Smart aka Satan II intercontinental ballistic missile that Russians have placed on combat mode already, will begin dispatching to major European and American cities, and then, World War III begins. This is what these Western monster guys are cooking. Told you they will never stop, until that becomes the reality. Living every day without a trigger to World War III is by the grace of God. They are so eager to start it, and you have to understand how important it is to them that Russia is destroyed and buried. It is so important to them because Russia has single-handedly dismembered their 1884 to 1885 colonial establishment. They didn't see it coming, and they will stop at nothing to end the colossal loss of colonial territories currently happening in Africa, courtesy of the Russian Federation. They know in the end, it wouldn't be only France that's losing colonies, but all of them collectively, including the Britain that own Nigeria. But God is with us. Africa's time has come, and no matter what, the prison break from generational colonial enslavement will progress unabated. May God save us all from the tragedy that these Western monsters are cooking. Viva Africa! Stay tuned and stay safe.